Okay, yeah, let's talk about Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. These are the new. I was gonna do these in separate videos, but it didn't really feel like it was worth the effort to do these in separate videos. So since this is probably gonna be my last physical media review, I think for a little bit, just because I don't really love doing these, and I enjoy doing them, but it just feels like, sometimes I just want to watch these movies. I don't have to wait until I can make a video about them. Like, these have just been sitting on my shelf and meaning to watch them. I think these movies are definitely the black sheep of the Friday 13th whole thing. If you don't know what the story was with these movies, is basically New Line had the rights to make characters with Jason, but they didn't have the rights to use the Friday the 13th name or something like that. I think that I'm really confused how all that worked, because they did eventually remake Friday the 13th, but yeah, it's a whole thing. I think it was because the way the legalese worked out, they couldn't if they couldn't make a movie in the old continuity without rebooting it and call it Friday the 13th. But if they rebooted it, it worked that way. I don't know. That's what I've read before, something like that. I forget the Friday the 13th. If you don't know, has tons of legal problems. I'll be honest. You don't really need these unless you're a big Friday the 13th fan. I mean, this is the ultimate box set back here. The Scream Factory one. I have this sitting here on top of my player. I love it. I'm not really, ever gonna pass up upgrading these films to 4K when they're in great editions like these. But I understand people aren't mega fans, especially these ones. These aren't great movies. But you know what? Friday the 13th is one of those franchises where most fans, no matter how bad the sequels got, they kind of enjoyed them. And there's some fans who don't. It's a franchise that's been a long time. You're going to have mixed opinions in there. But these are fun movies. Yeah. Now, I did take the posters out, I believe. Oh, I guess oh, no, I did. Okay, so you get the booklet in here. I love this booklet here. It looks like blueprints for Jason. Got a cast and crew, pictures of the movie. This is Jason X. Jason X is just one 4K disc, which I do think I actually like that Arrow Video only does one 4K disc and just the slipcover sometimes. Because what it means is these $30 on Amazon. That is the right price for this. I'm totally cool with that all day. They're great slipcovers. You get a booklet, you get a poster, all that stuff. $30 right price for that. Once you put another disc in there, it kind of increases the price a little bit, things like that. So I don't need a Blu-ray disc. And then you got Jason Goes to Hell, which is the same thing. I took out the poster here. You got the booklet in here. I love this booklet here. It's great stuff. This one has a little bit more read-ups, where the other one just had more pictures, but there's great stuff in here. Like I said, these aren't great movies, but if you really like Friday the 13th, these are great additions to have. Theatrical cut right here, then you have the director's cut. It's great stuff. I love Jason Goes to Hell. So, Jason X I actually enjoy a lot more because it's kind of more silly and goofy than this one, and I love that about it. So, yeah, I think if you love Friday the 13th and you have already had that remake on 4K that Arrow Video put out, you gotta get these. Complete the set, Absolutely must-haves. But again, if you have this box set and you're like, I don't really know if I should upgrade. Honestly, I think we as physical media fans need to stop talking like everything needs to be upgraded. If you already have something and you don't feel like it needs to be upgraded, don't do that to yourself. Me personally, a lot of the things I upgrade, I really love. That's why I upgrade them. Or, it feels weird, like, I have one on 4K but not the other, so sometimes I do that. But majority of the time, I'm not just upgrading to upgrade. These are movies I love, I care about, I rewatch them all the time. I want to rewatch them in the best quality possible. these aren't movies I love, but I do love this franchise, so I like having as many of them in 4K as I can get. And I also just love Arrow Video stuff and just genuinely want to get more. Well, their stuff is pricey sometimes, so it doesn't always work out that way. But they are doing some Texas Chainsaw Massacre ones that I pre-ordered, so can't wait for those. Let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.